you're gonna have to double check your vision, because these cosplayers are gonna have you seeing double with their extraordinary talents. It's one thing to dress up for San Diego Comic-Con, but it's a whole other thing to rock the look so well that people could confuse you for the real thing. From excellent makeup work to authentic dress, the Binger is here to celebrate all the hard work that these fans put into making their outfits for Comic-Con. No time to delay, let's begin this countdown. Bam! Just like that, we're off and running with an all-time favorite. The Witcher is a popular gaming series that many fans swear might be the best franchise ever. The success of the title leads to many Comic-Con attendees taking their best shot at recreating the iconic characters from the story. Here is one of the best all-time CIRI cosplays. Seriously, the detail that went into this work is incredible. With the new television show premiering on Netflix, it made sense that many fans would try their best with this character. Congrats to this CIRI cosplay. You win the prize. They nailed the tones of the outfit and balanced it all so well. A big downfall of most cosplays is the proportion of the outfit. It's hard to get the shirt the same size and fit as the characters usually. Here, that potential snag didn't seem to be a problem. She even nails the makeup of the character and blemishes on her cheek. Of course, it's not totally perfect. Certain smaller details are missing, but you could use this design in any television episode and most fans would praise the video game likeness. A huge part of what makes this one work is the props. Proper prop use is super key to a great cosplay, and this one nails that detail. The belt, the sword, and even the small leather pouch on her side feel true to the character. It's the effort put into those details that helps this outfit go the extra mile. Group cosplays are always welcome. The work done here is amplified by all three of them working together to pull this one off. It's great on a few levels, one of which is certainly originality. We're not saying people don't cosplay these characters super often, fans just don't put all three together as a group cosplay. It's great to see that change of pace. On top of that, this whole look must have taken hours to complete. The real Gamora setup takes a long time to complete, and that's a professional crew. Imagine how long it takes to get these three performances up to snuff. Credit to these three for their effort alone. It took patience to pull this one off. Not to mention the details in these outfits. Each person in this group took the time to compose a realistic costume to go with the detailed makeup work. The material to make Mantis' outfit isn't just lying around a hobby store. It takes a lot of time, research, and talent to pull that together. The same goes for Gamora and Nebula. Each cosplay manages to hit the exact right shades and the exact right material necessary to look the part. Now sure, the antennas aren't perfect and Nebula is a bit out of date, but those are the kind of details you aren't gonna notice unless you're super up close. This group went down to the eye color with the detail. The hair color for Mantis and Gamora is spot on, and Nebula's arm work looks perfect. Given the effort it takes to pull this one off, we think it's safe to say that these three earned a spot on this list without a doubt. Okay, first off, props to anyone who tries to pull off Greta Gremlin as a cosplay. Gremlins 2 is a gem of a movie, and seeing any kind of fan tribute is a treat. That needs to be established right off the bat. We're giving extra points to this enthusiast for picking a character that doesn't get much support. Now, it's easy to go full Mogwai and cosplay Gizmo. Pulling off any gremlin takes hardcore character makeup work. The talent displayed in this costume deserves some serious praise. It may not seem like much, but being able to get the right green for a gremlin is hard. Also, the blending work on this costume is superb. All that and we're barely scratching the surface of what makes this cosplay work. Alright, look, we don't want to come across as weird here, but the lips are terrific. Just give us a second to explain. Greta Gremlin is a small character, and no amount of work is going to change someone's height to match the character's size. The only reasonable thing to do then is to match the proportions. Many Greta cosplays mess up the lip portion and don't focus on the cartoonishly large lips. It's a key part of the character, and this outfit nails it. The detail in the ears and the eyes is also top notch here. Decorative contact lenses are a pain in the butt, but they really bring this cosplay to its full potential. The dress is printed to match Greta's outfit completely, and it's super true to the character. Overall, the entire costume embraces the parts of the character that fans adore. Wow. Oh, where to start with this one? Well, it's safe to say Comic-Con needs more Black Panther cosplays. These tend to be stunning works that pay tribute to the characters in all the right ways. And it makes sense, given the fact that this film is one of the most successful Marvel films of all time. There is a ton of cosplays that try to get these characters right, but this OKOYE costume is spot on. She's a growing fan favorite, and seeing her character get a proper shout out at Comic-Con, it's amazing. There's not a lot wrong with this outfit, so it's hard to pick where to start. Might as well start with the props, I suppose. It pulls the whole cosplay together. The spear focuses in on details true to the actual movie prop and adds a layer of realism to the look. The beaded accessory draped down the front of her outfit, it's not spot on, but it is incredibly close. Closer than many would ever get if they tried to recreate those fine details. Even her necklace is spot on, and it's these finer details that make the bigger things stand out. One thing we appreciate about this cosplay is the pose and the commitment to the character. She didn't need to stand like OKOYE for us to buy this cosplay. However, it does work in her favor. Add in the balance of fabric and the right base outfit to create a perfect look. I mean, honestly, we're not kidding. There's not a lot incorrect about this cosplay. It's one thing to dress as Mystique at Comic-Con. It's a whole other ballgame to show her mid-transformation. We're about to go into more detail about the kind of effort it takes to pull that off, but consider it more for a second. A lot of things need to go right for this cosplay to succeed the way that it does. The first part that works so well is the actual costume itself. The bodysuit fits perfectly and blends perfectly with the person wearing it. The sequin material that marks the transition point appears like the scales on Mystique's skin that shift as she transforms. The easiest part after that is the military outfit, but even that needed to fit properly to match the bodysuit's length. Then, of course, comes the match point. The two parts need to collide in an authentic way. The line across needs to match at each layer. First, the outfit needs to work across a believable line. Then the makeup needs to match that transition point and continue it without becoming too complicated. All that comes to rest at the hair, which needs to mix on that same line to make the cosplay work. Finally, all the little details need to launch this costume into a whole other league. We're talking the wig, the scales, and even the shade of lipstick. All that tiny stuff complements the larger effort and makes this cosplay one of a kind. We pray to the cosplay gods that this outfit had some sort of air ventilation. Otherwise, the possibility of heat stroke in this outfit was probably pretty high whenever this cosplayer stepped out into that hot San Diego sun. We're not saying it's the worst thing ever. The compliments and success in pulling off this costume probably made the heat worth it. Maybe. I mean, look, we didn't wear the outfit, we're just here to judge it. And the judgment, it's a good one. Pulling off Venom takes a lot of crafting and a ton of outside effort. The prep time for this outfit had to be extraordinary. Seriously, look at all the detail in the muscle and the attempt to get the symbiote look. It takes trial and error to pull that look off. Of all the cosplays on our list, this one is definitely going to be the most time consuming. You'd need hours of planning just to wear this a few times. Just think about how long that tongue took to make. It probably took this person hours to make sure that it was shaded properly and angled the right way. Never underestimate the work someone will put into their cosplay. You'll always leave surprised. The best part of this costume is the economy of it. Yeah, sure, it's big and cumbersome, but it could be way worse. The cosplay somehow manages to feel practical and authentic given how complicated it could have been for the creator. Fans don't always want to see the spots where the person fits into the costume, but here it works. It shows that the effort to make this didn't go to waste. The person isn't lost inside the Venom outfit, and that's hard to pull off given how bulky the character is. Lots of times, outfits like these will lose the proportions and swallow the wearer. This cosplay manages to build off the person beneath while still looking like Venom at the end of the day. Props to them for pulling it off so well. To be fair, this entry isn't the biggest Killer Croc out there. He's a bit small for the part, but honestly you don't need to be huge to be authentic to this character. It's strange. At the end of the day, many fans probably wish a design like this was used for the Suicide Squad movie. It's closer to the Arkham games look, and the choice pays off. One thing that makes this cosplay work despite the normal human size is the blending of the makeup. The scales are well blended, and the work on the stomach would be great for a low-budget movie. That last sentence sounded like a diss, but trust me, it's not. The professional artists of the world would have touched it up in post-production, but it would definitely work for most purposes. The best makeup work is definitely in the arms though. Even the veins seem almost real. On top of that, the designer nailed the texture needed for the outfit. Croc needs scales, and that requires some dimension to the cosplay. The scales on his head and shoulders feel like a part of his skin and still give him mobility. It may not seem like much, but being able to actually move with molds on is a huge accomplishment. They went for the less is more approach, and it worked. Sure, the cosplay seems simple in comparison to most of the entries on this list. Most of the detail is needed in the scales, but he pulls that off to perfection. The pants and the wraps on his hands are a nice touch too. Again, it's a bit small for the fictional character, but that's okay. This cosplay feels close to what a half-human, half-crocodile monster would actually resemble. The only thing off with this last cosplay is the nose, which, to be fair, is a hard thing to nail down. We're sure with a little more time this cosplay would have blended the prosthetic a little bit better. Everything else about this costume works like a well-oiled machine though. The props are actually cartoonish. The hat is big and bombastic. The hook is large and defying. Both of those items are key to pulling off a great Captain Hook, and this cosplay nails them. From there, it was just about the details. For instance, the hair and mustache feel real. Now, of course they're fake, but they're fake in a cartoonish way. Captain Hook is best known for his animated depiction. Overplaying his features and making them stand out works perfectly here. Finally, the chin brings it all together. Holy cow, does that piece really make this whole costume work on a higher level? It honestly makes up for the misjudged nose. It fits well with the cosplayer's actual chin line, and the rosy color added to the cheeks complements the chin as well. From a distance, this feels like a totally believable Captain Hook. And trust us, that's a huge compliment, because cartoonish characters like this from Disney are hard to pull off. Did we miss some authentic cosplays that you like a lot? Let us know in the comments section down below. There's always more where this came from, so support the Binger by liking this video and subscribing. We post new videos daily, so it's the best way to keep up to date with all of our huge updates.